Hello everyone and welcome to our Tech Tuesday tutorials number 86. Today we explore the recent Google Forms visual update and highlight an add-on for Google Forms email notifications. So Google Forms has a nice new visual update. It's subtle, so you may not notice all of the things. First, your question or item cards are a bit more prominent with a nice little separator to break them up from the rest of the area. And whenever you're working on something here, you can clearly see kind of the question you're putting in here. As you add more questions here, you'll see that the cards are a little easier to distinguish. Also, you'll notice that occasionally you'll get these little tips that pop up here. So in this case, whenever I put in an email address, it says, hey, you know, we have a setting for that. You can just turn that on and not make a question for it individually. So if you click on that, it just automatically goes into your settings and collects the email address right there at the very top. That normally would be accessible in the gear icon and over here. The next big change that you'll see visually here is that the header is a little different. So if you go up to customize your theme and you choose a header, the header no longer takes up the entire width of the page. So in the past, we had a real hard time trying to fit our logo in the center and have it still show up, because depending on the size of the browser and everything else, the image just would get cropped or things like that. So now the image you pick will fit into the same size header no matter what. One big drawback to this new look is that your sections no longer display prominently like they did before. So let's say I have a form here and I have a certain section like requester info. It's just an area to break up the next few questions I'm going to ask. In the new form, it looks like this. Whereas in the old form, it looked like this. So these sections were nice and they had this visual kind of highlight for you to be able to determine the different areas. That's not the case now. So Google has received some rather vocal criticisms about this online, so I would expect a change to this. I would expect Google to bring something back here because visually this is really bland and it doesn't give you good indicators. Now this new look, with the good and the bad, is going to be rolling out in the next couple of weeks. Some of you may have already gotten it with your personal Gmail account and not with your G Suite account. So the second thing we want to talk about was an add-on for form notifications. And Google released this without much fanfare, and I think it's pretty good. This is called Form Notifications. And you can access this by going to the Kebab and choosing Add-Ons. And in the add-on store, look for form notifications from Google Cloud. You can click on that and then install it. If you are part of a G Suite organization, school or business, it may be that your apps need to be whitelisted by your IT, in which case you'll need to contact them and ask them to whitelist this form notifications so that you may install it. This is produced by Google. It is made by Google on Google Cloud, so it is legit. Now, once you have it installed, you can access it by going to the little puzzle icon at the top, and it will show any add-ons you currently have installed for all of your Google Forms. Click on Form Notifications, open it. You'll get a little toolbar over here on the right hand side. You can then turn on notifications for form responses. You can then put in your email address or any other email addresses that you want to send it to, separate them by commas, and choose how often it sends. Does it send for each submission or every 10 submissions or whatever? You can also turn on a thank you email or both. And a thank you email will go out to the email address that it collected here on the form. It needs to collect the email address for that, as well as sending a carbon copy to anyone else that you want to. Again, you can separate by commas. So this is really handy if you want this to go out and a copy of this result to go out to another person, and they were not the ones who set up this form. In the past, we had to use Formule to do this, and Formule is really, really powerful and awesome. I did a Tech Tuesday video on that, but it's a little more difficult to use than this. This is really simple. You just put in your subject and your body, who it goes to, and that's it. Flip the switch, you're good to go. So anyways, that's it. That's the add-on form notifications. I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope you found it useful. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Heck, why not support us and click that subscribe button. Click on the bell icon to receive email notifications. Leave a comment for an idea or a Tech Tuesday video below. Share this video with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.